there is a fullness of time we're living in, and every moment, in a way, is the end times. This is it. This is, as they would say in theology, the eschaton. This is the focal point. This is the hour of decision. And every present moment is, in some ways, the end times. I really do believe that all creation will finish. I think there's an end to the story. I don't believe it's just going to ramble on, no matter what the folks on National Geographic specials tell us, that it's just going to whimper away the universe in sort of a cold, dark mass. I don't believe that. I think we were begun with a purpose. I think we're going to end with a purpose. I think there's bookends on our story, both personally and as a human race and as creation. And so I do believe there is an end to it. But if I look at the world, some things are getting worse, and a lot of things are getting better. A lot of things are getting better. Life expectancy is way better than it was. It turns out that within a generation or so from now, the Earth's population will start to drop. Overpopulation is not really a big issue. The United States has cleaner air and cleaner water than it did in the 70s. And rampant hunger is much less than it used to be. So the world is a better place. More people are educated. More people are living better. More people have access to information, all kinds of great things than they used to. Just the preponderance of cell phones throughout the world in the poorest parts of the world have helped people start businesses everywhere. And if you are a woman, you are so much better off in the global south than you were 20 years ago. On the other hand, I do see some moral decay. I see families kind of unraveling in the United States. I see the state of marriage in our world and respect for one another. And I start to think, it feels like the end times here as far as that goes, because there's no goodness and value there. So, are we in the end times? Yes and no. And the last one, is God in control? People come to me and often say, God is in control. And I say, well, of course, that is true. It's true. If the Creator made the universe, the Creator is directing the universe. This is not just a project that He got bored with. So if we look at this question, is God in control? The truth is, yes, but also, what about those vicious, awful things that happen? The children that are being abused within a bike ride of wherever you're sitting right now. The human trafficking and slavery. What about people who work hard to get young people addicted to chemicals and push drugs in schools? What about the gassing of the Jews and the ovens in World War II? Is God in control there too? If I go out and do something which is manifestly against the will of God, something hateful, cruel, and awful, which I am free to do this afternoon, by the way, which I won't be doing, is God in control of that action? In some larger sense, perhaps. In some sense, no. In some greater sense, certainly. Some greater theological omega point sense, God is in charge of everything. But there is all kinds of ambiguity in that sense of God being in control. Once again, I have to answer yes or no. And when I had prayer time this morning, and I got up early, and I lit a candle and looked at it and started to breathe and calm myself down and ask the Holy Spirit's presence to come into my life, and thought about all these things, I said to the Creator, from my spirit, the more honest I am with you, the better our relationship goes. The less I have simple answers for, do you punish us? Have you planned things? Are you in control? Am I really changed and transformed? What times are we living in? The less I give simple answers to you, Creator, Spirit, Jesus, and the more open I am to a more complex ambiguity, and not knowing exactly what you're up to, the closer I can get to you. So I invite you to a closer walk, taking another step towards freedom. And freedom often comes not from figuring things out, but from knowing what you can't ever figure out. God's yes and God's no.